everyone, I hope you're doing well. I promised you this video a while ago and here it is. Hopefully you will enjoy it, but I also find it useful. First, I'll do a quick summary and then we're going to look at each month in more detail. I guess you know by now that this is not a financial advice. As you can see in the chart, history tells us that the time before and after halving, the price of Bitcoin goes 10x. The first halving was in November of 2012. We had 3 halvings up to now. The second one was July 9th of 2016, and the last one was in May of 2020. Well, will it do the same next year? Let's say the price now is 30,000. So do you think it will go up to 300,000? Well, ChatGPT predicts a price of $135,000. So what do you think? You can leave me a comment as to what you think the price of Bitcoin will be at the end of 2024. Well, my prediction is $90,000, I would think. And I will announce the winner next year, end of April. And the person who is closest to Bitcoin's price will get a free natal chart from me, which I think is the most important chart in astrology. You remember that astrology does not predict prices. It's impossible to do that with astrology. But what astrology does, it describes the nature of the situation. And it's up to the astrologer really to translate that and figure out the possible outcomes. So in this video, we're going to look at the predictions that I believe the price will go up, or even the possibility of a bull run. But I would also mention the times that I think could drop quite a lot. In this video, I will not mention any planetary aspects because it will take about an hour to do that. And I also do that in detail in my monthly horoscopes. Well, in general, next January, February, and March, also April, Bitcoin's price looks really good. And it makes sense actually because it's few months before the halving. The price might drop by a lot around the end of October and beginning of November, and also most likely in June of 2024. July is a really interesting month astrologically. There is a quite rare event the week after the new moon on the 17th of July. The moon nodes will be in a square to Pluto, plus the Mars-Saturn opposition at around the same time. And right after that, Venus, which is the planet of money and pleasure, starts to go retrograde. Well, I'm thinking, I wouldn't be surprised actually if a major event occurs that will have an effect on global economy around that kind. Strangely enough, Bitcoin's price also goes down that week, but I will talk more about this in a few days in my July's video predictions for Bitcoin. The map you see is called secondary progressions. It's a chart that shows major life changes, new beginnings, but also situations that last for a long time. And you can see the red arrow there is pointing out to Bitcoin's progression that will form an exact conjunction to Jupiter next spring. This is indeed a very auspicious aspect that shows increase in expansion, popularity, opportunities, and luck. This conjunction lasts for few months. So next month looks especially good after the week of the 10th. The last week of July, we could really see the price going quite higher, but I think it will drop for a few days, but I will tell you more in detail in my next video. It doesn't look like August will be a good month for Bitcoin. Maybe it will get better around the third week of the month, especially around 24 and 27. But it will probably drop the last days. September looks very good the first week, but even better after the new moon on the 15th. It looks really positive, but then again, by the end of the month, the price looks like it's gonna drop. In October, we have two eclipses. Well, the beginning of the month looks pretty good, and the price looks like it's going up quite a lot. By the end of October and the first week of November, though, these 2 weeks, I would say, are a bit crucial, because we will see for the third time Saturn in 0 degrees Pisces in a conjunction to Bitcoin's Venus, which is also at 0 degrees Pisces. And each time this conjunction happens, the price of Bitcoin drops a lot. After mid-October, the price starts to go up again until the last days of the month, which I believe it will drop again. November, the price will start going up the first week until about the 12th. There could be a small correction around the 9th for a few days. The last week of November, the price is going up again until the first part of December. December looks generally good, but few days before Christmas, expect the price to drop. Now in January, February, I think you'll all be very happy, because January of 2024 looks like it's going to be a very good month for Bitcoin until about the mid of January. We might probably see a small bull run, but also a correction for a few days. And then after the 20th, I think until the beginning, the first week of February, I expect the price to go really much higher. We could see in February a correction around the 19th and the 20th, just for a few days. March also looks quite good. We could see a correction around the 8th of the month, but then after the 10th and the 11th, the price could go really high. But it looks it's going to be for a few days, because it might drop from the 13th until the 18th. But also, we could see the price go higher until the last days of March. But then it will drop the last days of March again. April looks pretty good, especially the first part of the month. But after the 11th, we do have an eclipse on the 8th, but we could see the price drop, maybe not a lot, maybe consolidates, but the last days of April really look very positive for Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if there is another bull run, a short bull run. May also looks very good, but after the new moon on the 8th in Taurus, at that time, the moon nodes square the Bitcoin sun, and that shows kind of indecision. But whatever happens, the price shows that it will drop after the 11th, and it could drop quite a bit, and it might continue, and might go down, it might drop until a big part of June. There are some nice aspects in June, but the Saturn conjunction to Bitcoin Uranus, I'm not really crazy about that, but we'll talk about it more in detail another time. So let's see what happens. I hope you enjoy the video. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps my channel grow. So I guess we'll talk again in a few days. Take care. Bye.